Meet satisfied TBG customers Preston and Ann and listen to their experience with Greg Burnett and the TBG team.
He's a little, not rough around the edges, but he just seems really honest and real down to earth. It was almost like he wasn't trying to sell us anything that we didn't want. He just seemed like he was there to give us what we wanted.
Yeah, he wasn't selling us anything. He told us like the pros and the cons, the positives and the negatives of everything. So I think we've all had experiences with salesmen, and he showed both sides, which is sometimes rare. And so he seemed very trustworthy. No pretension, he was just him. That's it.
And another thing, this is a pretty daunting task for somebody who's never gone through it before. Building a home, because we don't even know what questions to ask. And so he and Jorge were just really upfront with if we thought we wanted something, they would tell us if it would work or if it wouldn't work, or they would suggest something that might be better.
All three are genuine, they're trustworthy, and they're personable. I mean, what else can you ask for, you know?
They said they would build a house in 5 months, and they built the house in 5 months. Everyone who has had experiences through other builders kind of looked at us like they didn't even believe us. When Jorge said a crew was going to be here, they were here. When he said an inspector was going to be here, they were here. When a delivery was going to be here, Jorge was here for the delivery. The crew that was here, I've never seen such professional crews ever. They were...
Her family was involved in construction when she was growing up, so she knows a little bit more about this than I do. So I think that she's a credible witness, or whatever you want to call it.
Their attention for detail, they were clean. They cleaned the job site every single day. So it never looked like it was a job site, if that makes sense. Because sometimes, it's just, you're overwhelmed with the debris. And there was never that. It just seemed like every time they would leave the job site, it was like they were never there except for the work that they did. We realize every single day that we're here, we realize how well this house is built, especially when we go to other people's homes and you see how corners don't match up, or doors don't hang right, or windows don't shut, or anything like that. This house is really well built. There's just...
they were perfectionists, and it shows. And everybody that comes in the house is like, wow, look at the attention to detail. Her brother, who is the one that designed the house, he says, you have no idea like how fortunate you are that this particular company built your house. He said, I go on job sites all the time. And he says, I don't think I've ever seen this like particular attention to detail in a home. So... And that's from an architect.
Yeah, he says that there's been a lot of times when he's seen his plans ruined from the builders because they cut corners and things. And he still, I don't know how often he comes over, but he still just walks around and notices little things around the house where he goes, this is amazing that they do this.
Basically, Greg and Jorge's crew they're in construction, but they're artists. So, and that's a nice combination. Probably a very rare combination. I think probably in comparison to some of the people that he's worked with in the past, we made very few suggestions, or we didn't ask them to change what they did because it was good. I mean, it was just, we liked it. They ask us what we want and they put it in there, and sometimes their suggestions to us were better than what we had intended. So, I mean, they communicate well with the client.
After talking to people who've built homes in this area, well, anywhere, this was the easiest experience that we ever had, or that we ever even imagined, and that anybody ever heard of. They said that's not how it's supposed to go.
Wow, thank you, Preston and Ann, for sharing your experiences. If you're thinking about building a home, call Greg Burnett and the Burnett Group to start the process today. Create, build, live. www.thehomesbytbg.com